when I got the call to be host, I remember that I went, boy, talking about rehearsal. We were going to do a pilot of Tic-Tac-Dough at CBS, and it was also slated to go into syndication, both network and syndication. So I knew that if this was a success, it would be terrific for me as a host, financially and professionally. So I was looking forward to doing the show, and I remember every Saturday morning I went down to Barry and Enright Studios in Century City, and Dan and Wright came down, and we rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed. They wanted me to get to the point where I didn't need any cue cards whatsoever. And of course, we did get to that point. I knew the show so well. And so, sure enough, we did the pilot at CBS, and it went on the air. And for some reason, I remember that I think it went off the air on the 4th of July. I remember that stands out in my memory. But it only lasted for like 13 weeks or so. And it just didn't find its audience. That's a nice way of saying it was a bomb. It never found its audience on CBS. And yet here were all of these program directors and these program managers, station managers around the country that had already bought Tic-Tac-Dough for syndication beginning in September. And here it was canceled off CBS. So there were a lot of station managers and program directors wiping their brow thinking, oh my God, what have we done? Because they were locked in to carrying that show in September. Well, sure enough, wouldn't you know, it went on in syndication in September after being canceled after 13 weeks on CBS daytime. And it took off like a rocket. And in the first book that came out in the fall sweeps, it just went through the roof and never looked back. We just enjoyed a tremendous amount of success with that show. I did it for about 9 years until I sold my own show, Headline Chasers, to Merv Griffin. And that's when I wanted to leave the show, and they allowed me to leave and do my own show with Merv. But Tic-Tac-Dough, of course, is the highlight of my career. And it's the show that most people remember me by.